You've seen videos of them performing tricks, waving their flippers, jumping in synchrony, and pushing trainers up into the air. But the intelligence that allows them to do this is the exact reason they shouldn't be doing it. The orca is the ocean's top predator. I mean top. They can hunt the world's biggest animal, the blue whale, and when they enter areas, it causes great whites to flee, because they can remove the livers of great whites with surgical precision. Orcas are classified as dolphins within the toothed whales, and they're the largest species of dolphin. They have the second largest brain on the planet at 15 pounds, with the world's biggest insular cortex, the part responsible for consciousness, empathy, and self-awareness. And these brains enable them to have very complex social lives. Orcas live in matriarchal groups known as pods, and these pods are matrilineal, meaning both sons and daughters stay in the mother's group for life. And different pods do interact with each other, such as to mate. Female orcas start to reproduce at around 14 and stop at around 30 or 40. What is interesting is that they carry on living for a long time after they stop reproducing. Male orcas die at 30 or 40, but females can live until 80, possibly longer. Living for so long after menopause is super rare. Only humans and a few other cetaceans also do this. The reason why this has evolved to happen is that older females become matriarchs who help the pod to survive. So instead of continuing to reproduce to pass on her genes, she helps her children to reproduce successfully by assisting the survival of grandchildren. And even better, by supporting her sons, she can pass on her genes to grandchildren who will then be raised by a different pod, meaning less mouths to feed. Matriarchs help the pod to survive by sharing the food they catch, but more importantly, by sharing their knowledge about how to hunt the pod's specific food type. Different pods can be classed together as an ecotype if they specialize on the same prey. Like in the North Pacific, there are 3 ecotypes: the offshore who eat sharks, the transient who eat marine mammals, and the residents who eat salmon. And in the Antarctic, type A feeds on minke whales, small type B feeds on penguins, and large type B feeds on seals. These are the guys famous for creating waves to push seals off of ice, whilst type C and D feed on fish. They hunt their specific prey type using cooperation and can do so because of their ability to communicate. Different pods have different calls, with pods that share some of the same calls being grouped together as a clan, and there can be multiple clans within an ecotype. And sound is also important for hunting in that they use echolocation to find the prey. Different ecotypes aren't genetically that distinct. What makes them so distinct is their different culture formed by their different dialects and hunting strategies. This culture is why they suffer a lot from human activity. Orcas, as a species, are generalists, but the species is made up of specialist ecotypes that feed on a specific food and inhabit specific areas, and so they may not be able to adapt to the changes we cause. Like as we continue to compete with the southern resident orcas for salmon, they may be unable to switch to a different food source. So despite their other name, the killer whale, and despite being the ocean's top predator, they have a lot more to fear of us than we do of them. Orcas have never fatally attacked humans in the wild. They've even been known to cooperate with humans in the wild, helping us hunt other whales. And they cannot be blamed for any fatalities that have happened in captivity. Orcas are incredible animals that we have so much to learn about. But from the tiny bit we have learned, they are intelligent, social, and worthy of lives of freedom in their natural habitat. And that habitat should be free from human pressure.